Welcome to the ArmaniTalks YouTube channel, the #1 YouTube channel for you to level up your communication skills, learn the art of public speaking, social skills, and personal branding to take your message to the world. For today's episode, we are going to be talking about communication systems. But before I do, I want to ask you about McDonald's. I know everyone's been to McDonald's at least once before. What do you normally get there? I normally get the Big Mac. So every single time I get the Big Mac from around my area, I enjoy it. And here's the funny thing. Every now and then when I travel to different states, I check out McDonald's every now and then. And when I go to McDonald's in different states, I try their Big Mac once again. And you know what I notice? I notice that it tastes the exact same. Whether I'm going to Chicago McDonald's or the Tampa McDonald's, it doesn't matter. The Big Mac tastes the exact same. How though? I mean, they're in completely different states. It's completely different employees. How the hell do they make the burger taste the exact same? I know how. It's because McDonald's has a system. Rather than hiring someone new and letting them figure out how to make their own burger, they hire someone new and then they train them under the McDonald's system. So it's much easier to train people at a scale because last time I checked, McDonald's is a corporation. And anytime there are certain holes within the whole assembly line, since it's a system, they know exactly what to zone in on and what to fix. That's the beauty of having a system. And for the longest time in the communication skills world, I didn't realize that there was a system. If you're like most people out there, you think communication skills are just ambiguous. It's something that you just figure out and you just wing. And that's what most of us do. But what would you do if I told you that there was a system within the communications world? Something that'll make it much easier for you. So you're not just winging stuff anymore, but rather you have a certain toolbox that can help you evaluate which parts are going wrong, which variables that you can fix, and how you can become a better communicator so your message is going from yourself to the other person. Well, that's what I'm going to be talking about in today's video. I'm going to introduce to you the communication systems, which is broken down into 5 simple components. Once you understand these 5 simple components, communication skills are going to become much more clarified. Anytime something's not going right, whether it's through writing the message, whether it's through public speaking, whether it's in a one-on-one interaction, you're going to know exactly which part to zone in on and which part to fix. And the more that you can play around with these variables, the more dynamic of a communicator that you become. Eventually, you start realizing that communication skills can be applied to any part of life, whether it's technology or with humans. Now, you may be thinking, wait, Armani, did you just say technology? Yes, I did. And that's where this story begins. So for the longest time, I used to work as an electrical engineer, and I worked as an electrical engineer in an aerospace company. My main focus was to design communication systems for airline pilots. Okay, so that's one part. Later on in my journey, I also became a systems engineer where I was working on information systems to make sure that crucial information was getting from point A to point B. Although I switched up industries, I was still once again working with communication systems. Now fast forward a little bit more. I decided that I'm going to join Toastmasters. I'm going to figure out the whole public speaking thing and work on my public speaking message. This time, I was doing communication, but in a completely different field. 3 different fields. One was electricity, the other was information systems, and the third included people. 3 completely different realms of communication systems, but at the end of the day, same 5 components. Same 5 components. So this got me thinking. This got me thinking that machines and humans, the way that communication works, it's not identical, but a lot of the hierarchy stuff are very damn similar. So these are the 5 components that you want to learn about. 1 is the sender. 2 is the channel. 3 is the message. 4 is the noise. And 5 is the receiver. Let's go through each one. The sender. The sender is the entity that starts off the whole communication cycle. They're the one who is going to spread information from point A to point B. 2, the channel. The channel basically is just a medium that the message is being spread. The medium is the area that is being spread. Right now, it's YouTube. 3 is the message. So the message can go in multiple different forms. Whether it's with aerospace, you're communicating electrical signals. Whether it's with Toastmasters, you're communicating words. That's the message. 4 is the noise. In the real world, nothing is completely perfect, and noise is seen as a distortion in the message. And 5 is the receiver. Receiver is the other party that is getting the message. So these are the 5 components. Let's break it down into a few real-world scenarios. So right now, what's happening in this YouTube video, we are creating a communication system together. I am the sender, the channel is YouTube, the message is the content regarding communication systems, the noise can be caused by me. Say I'm not being clear enough, that is going to distort the message, or the noise can be caused by you. Say you're on your phone and you're trying to pay attention at the same time, which I don't recommend. And 5th is the receiver. You are the receiver. You are the person consuming the message. So that's traditional. That's the traditional communication systems. Let's think about it in a completely different realm so you can expand your paradigm. Picture you're driving. You're driving and you see a street light that has red. That right there is also a communication system. Let's go through each of the 5 components. The sender is the street light. That's the sender. That's the person or entity that is creating the information. The channel is the distance between yourself and the street light. The message is through lights, not words. The first example, the whole message was constructed through words. This time, the message is constructed through lights. Red indicates that you stop. Yellow indicates that you slow down, and green indicates that you go. The noise. What's the noise? I'll let you guess. All right, so the noise is, say you're on your phone again and you're not paying attention, and the car behind you honks at you to make you pay attention. That's a form of noise. That's the message being distorted. And 5th, once again, you are the receiver. So these 2 different examples goes on to show that communication skills breaks down into communication systems. How does this apply to you? Well, this applies to you because nowadays, something that was very ambiguous before is now defined in structures. Say the next time that you are communicating your message to someone and it's not going through, it's not packing the punch as you wished that it was. Well, in situations like this, you can zone in and see which part of the system you need to fix. Say you are delivering a message, but you're not doing it with enough enthusiasm. So in this case, you fix the sender input. You realize that you need to amplify your message and make it more engaging to the receiver. Say you are doing a message, but this time the other person is just yawning. Well, this whole interaction may not even be your fault. It may be this person's fault. It may be because they have noise within their end. Maybe they're daydreaming. Maybe they're not paying attention. So it helps you. It helps you zone in on which part that you can fix. These communication systems, I apply for all parts of the ArmaniTalks brand. I apply it to Twitter. I apply it with my clients. I apply it through YouTube, with speeches, with writing a book. It doesn't matter. It all comes down to 5 simple components. So from here on out, start systemizing your communication skills more. Don't just see the ambiguous parts, but start crystallizing it so you can start treating it like a toolbox, something that you can add and fine-tune along your journey. It doesn't matter which channel that you go in, communication skills are always the same. From technology to humans, 5 components to rule them all. Sender, channel, message, noise, and receiver. Learn these 5 and I guarantee you, your communication skills will simplify, will fine-tune, and you'll become much more charismatic in the process. If today's video helped you, make sure you drop a like for me right down below and you share this video to your local social media provider. Thank you for joining the ArmaniTalks YouTube channel, and I'll catch you on the next episode.